Priam, the last king of Troy, ruled over a city that was being besieged by the Greeks. Priam was a well-known figure in Greek mythology because he was known for his many children, including Hector, Paris, and Cassandra. One of the most interesting tales about Priam is related to his son Paris, who was abducted by the goddess Aphrodite. According to legend, Hermes visited Priam and informed him that his son Paris had to be abandoned, as he would bring about the fall of Troy. However, Priam chose to raise Paris as his own son and even gave him permission to choose which of the three most beautiful goddesses, Hera, Aphrodite, or Athena, should receive the golden apple. Paris chose Aphrodite and was rewarded with the love of Helen of Sparta, which ultimately led to the Trojan War. Priam was also known for his relationship with his son Hector, who was one of the best Trojan warriors. Hector fought bravely in the Trojan War, but was eventually killed by Achilles. Priam was heartbroken upon hearing the news of his son's death and begged Achilles for Hector's body so that he could give him a proper burial. Despite his best efforts, Priam was unable to save Troy from being sacked by the Greeks. In the end, he was killed in battle by Achilles' son Neoptolemus. Priam's story remains an important part of Greek mythology, demonstrating the power of family bonds, loyalty, and love even in the face of tragedy. Priam was a legendary figure from Greek mythology, but the origins of his name have long been debated. Some argue that the name comes from Priamaradu, a Walusa war chief from history. However, the most likely explanation is that Priam's name is linked to the Greek word priamai, which means to buy. This theory is supported by the tale of Hesione buying Priam's freedom from Heracles with a golden veil once owned by Aphrodite. This story is found in influential works dating to the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, but these sources are much later compared to the first recorded instances of the name Priam or Yawamoa. Regardless of the true origins of his name, Priam remains a fascinating figure in myth and legend, known for his role in the Trojan War and his tragic fate at the hands of Achilles. King Priam of Troy was a well-known figure in Greek mythology. His tragic story is remembered for the heart-wrenching plea he made to Achilles to return his son Hector's body after he was killed in battle. Priam's love and grief for his son moved Achilles to return the body and offer a truce. Sadly, Priam's story did not end well. During the sack of Troy by Achilles' son Neoptolemus, Priam desperately attempted to seek sanctuary on the altar of Zeus. According to the Roman poet Virgil in the Aeneid, Neoptolemus coldly killed Priam on the altar. It was a merciless ending for a tragic figure. Interestingly, some Greek vases depict a different and more barbaric version of Priam's death. According to these vases, Neoptolemus used the dead body of Priam's grandson, Astyanax, to beat Priam to death. The vases show a much more brutal and savage version of Priam's death. Despite the various versions of Priam's death, there is evidence from Hittite sources that he may have been based on a real historical figure, Priamaradu. Priamaradu was said to have ruled over the city of Troy and rebelled against Hittite's client king. Interestingly, there is also mention of Alexander, a later ruler of the city of Walusa who brought peace between Walusa and Hutti. King Priam of Troy remains a symbol of fatherly love, tragic loss, and human fallibility in Greek mythology. His story offers a view into the world of ancient Greece and the power of love and grief.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.